with personality part 2. We're going to look at humanism and trait theory. The humanistic perspective is a lot different than Freud's, who looked at the unconscious and these repressed feelings and these kind of unacceptable motives for everything. And humanistic perspective looks at how healthy individuals strive for to reach self-determination and self-realization, kind of how you become the best version of yourself, which is actually, remember, if we remember back with Maslow, right? Harry Maslow, and his hierarchy of needs. Remember the pyramid? The 5 things, right? The very tippy top was self-actualization. And self-actualization was you reaching your potential, being the best form of yourself. Remember, sometimes there's one at the very top of that, even higher, which was self-transcendence, since that's where you go beyond yourself, kind of like a Jesus figure, going beyond yourself. Um, but self-actualization, right? So again, healthy people reaching the best versions of themselves. So Maslow would definitely be a humanist. All right, so you need to remember that name with humanism. Some other names that we need to remember is this thing called unconditional positive regard was by a guy named Carl Rogers. And he says basically, in order for somebody to thrive in life, they need to have this unconditional positive regard. And you need to have this environment around you that has 3 things, that has genuineness, acceptance, and empathy. Right? Empathy is others being able to feel what others are feeling, or being able to relate to that. And it says if you have these 3 things and have this unconditional positive regard for somebody, that they're going to grow, mature, and healthy. There's also this idea of self-concept, and this is all thoughts and feelings about who am I, right? And that's whatever you answer that question, that's your self-concept. And so humanism tries to raise your self-concept through thinking and through different ideas. So there you go. So humanistic perspective, very positive. This is group therapy. When you sit around in a circle and hi, the Alcoholics Anonymous. Hi, John. I've been I've been sober for 89 days, and hi, John, and everything's is positive and affirming. It's these people trying to reach the best version of themselves. That's humanistic. All right. Another example of personality is trait perspective, and this is where these people have these different traits, okay? And so a trait is just a pattern of behavior, just like a personality was a pattern of behavior and actions. Well, traits that, but it's based on self-report. And so basically, it's either self-report or self-reported behavior, okay? Personality is actually what you are. So, traits and personalities. One of the ways that we do trait perspective and we do factor analysis. They take tests, and it's usually true or false, agree or disagree type tests. And you take clusters of correlated items and you put them together, and when you score high on a particular item or low on a particular item, that will be a particular trait that you inherit or don't. I say that name, like I, zinc almost. Hans Eysenck basically said you could break everything down into 2 things. You have a stable or unstable personality, and you're introverted or extroverted, and you're somewhere in between all these different things. And so as you can see, there's different, so you go from introverted to stable. Calm would be completely stable, and you're going to have these different traits from different areas of here that match your personality. All right. Some types of personality inventories. A personality inventory is just a questionnaire, like I mentioned, that usually has true or false, and self-reporting again. The first one that you should really know is the MMPI, that stands for Minnesota Multiphasic Personality. independent or conforming, and then extroversion, sociable, etc. All right, so when we talk about these big five, we ask ourselves questions: how stable are these traits? And they're very stable. They're very stable, especially as you age. The older you get, the more stable they get. Younger people can change, but as you get older, your personality traits tend to change. So that idea that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, kind of true when it comes to personality. Heritable, about 50% across cultures is heritable from your parents. So again, remember 50% doesn't mean you get 50% of your personality from your parents. It just means that 50%, if I took a group of people, I can explain the difference by 50% are alike. So 50% is heritable from your parents' genetics. And then do the big five, predict personal aspects, especially stuff like conscientious. People do better all around. So when you score higher in a lot of these different areas, it can predict these personal attributes for yourself. So there you go, the big five factors and humanism, and that's all we got for now. Thank you.